and good day. We have 2 more new dragons to hatch on my Windows account today, taking us ever closer to that magical 600 unique dragons number, which these days isn't even that much, but we are closer and closer to getting Moth and Pinata. So the first one that I'm going to hatch today is Mr. Frankie. So this dragon has returned in DML quite a few times now. But finally, he did return in this ancient event, which means for the first time in a long time, I can finally say I've got a new Halloween dragon. And little Frankie here, the first time he was released in the dungeon, I was pretty upset that I didn't get him. So this little epic with Earth, Void, and Energy, I almost said energy twice, is now part of our collection. So that does mark dragon number 598, or it should be because I was at 597 before. But this trainer awoke one night to a burst of lightning illuminating a terrifying monster near his bed. He was relieved to learn the Frankie dragon was just lonely and looking for a friend. Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh, I say that, he's stomping around in there looking very, very angry. Okay, I don't know if he looks like much of a friend now. But of course, he is a little Frankenstein's monster dragon, and he's got that little bit of hair. Sometimes dragons with hair can be a little scary. I do have to say though, because of the shape of his face, he kind of looks like a Minecraft zombie, in a sense. Anyone else getting that vibe? No, just me. Anyway, I'm happy that we've got him. He is our little green monster. Of course, we will level him up for the extra collector points. But little Frankie here, he is our little star. And again, this was the part of the pass after you buy the leafstone shrine. We finally managed to unlock it. I did have to breed him, and I think it took 2 attempts, but I had a double egg relic open using the second breeding den, so he didn't get in the way of any of our event progress. So little Frankie, I'm glad to add you to our game here. The other dragon that we do have this time is Little Snow Sport, who we also got a very long time ago, just not on this account, but we did get him through the dungeon this week. So I was happy to add him to our collection, and he is a Shadow, Water, and Fire dragon, which if you've just unlocked the Shadow element, and you really need an epic with water for the dungeon, I can potentially see him being useful for maybe like 2 weeks for anyone that wants a water shadow dragon in the dungeon for whatever reason. Anyway, the Snow Sport dragon has caught the true spark of the competitive spirit, whether that's hitting the slopes for some sledding or challenging the Vikings to a snowball fight. I don't actually remember why he was released. I remember it was part of an event, obviously, but I don't remember, was it part of the Winter Olympics year or something? Obviously that would make sense with him being a snow sport, or did it just happen to, you know, he was just a snow sport dragon? I don't actually remember anymore. It was many, many moons ago when that was around, and when he was first released, but now we've gotten him for a second time. But this time you actually count towards this codex collection, don't you? You little hungry boy, as you destroy and decimate all of that food on the floor. Yeah, you eat all of that up, big boy. That's the last amount of feeding you're going to get for a very long time. So enjoy it. Pick. Very cute looking dragon though. I do like this blue shade, and you know, I kind of like his eye, because sometimes the dragon eyes can be a bit weird, but he looks pretty casual. I like him. I like him. So those are the 2 new dragons that I did want to end up hatching today. Of course, aside from that, we've got Boss Challenge, which we've been grinding in, and Boss Challenge for round 2 did give some Dragon Master Pass points, so we're still way off the entire Dragon Master Pass, even though I bred like, what, 4 bounty hunters on day 1. So the only thing I really care about is getting to 6.8k, and getting that in 8 days, just under. It's possible, so I'm not gonna think that we can't do that. But we'll be grinding that, and of course Dragon Board. Next week we're going to have the solo event and Autumn in the Dungeon, so we need to look forward to that. I do also want to mention that I am planning on doing a live stream which includes the DML Team Advice channel, which if you were around for the original DML coaching live stream, then basically we went through and looked at the screenshots from people and gave them any advice on their dragon teams, either to get them through the map, either for the dungeon, whatever they asked for. So I do plan right now on doing this sometime next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday if things go well. So that is my plan. So if you do want to potentially be in the live stream and have your screenshot shown, although there are a lot of these to go through, a lot of advice to give, if you just post the screenshot with a slight description in here in the DML Team Advice channel on our Discord server, then I will go through it live if we get up to it. But again, there's a big backlog of posts that we're going to have to go through. So I'm not going to make any promises that we can go through all of them. But if you ever do need team advice, we also give it in the DML chat as well. So yeah, I just wanted anyone to know that was waiting on that, because originally I planned on doing a stream basically on one day and then like a few days afterwards, and it never really ended up, you know, happening. So I did feel a little bit bad about it. But, you know, I do hope that, yeah, we don't need to hit this green tile, but I do hope that anyone that was waiting for us to continue on that is still around, because it's not, again, it's not like I gave up on the idea. It was just, it's just what ended up happening. So, yes, that is the plan for now. Next week, hopefully earlier in the week rather than later, but I will try and keep you posted and updated, and whenever I do decide on a finalised date, I'm sure I'll send through the notif earlier. But obviously lots of people end up struggling with trying to work out what to do with their teams, what dragons to pop in it, what dragons to remove. Because especially when you've spent so long grinding for a particular team or dragon, it does feel kind of sucky to just drop it. But in some cases it's actually the better option to do that rather than continue with dragons that aren't very good. So, you know, that's especially the case if you have an all-epic team and you manage to get a divine, for example. It is always going to be better to drop one of those epics, if not two of them, and replace it with the divine instead. So, you know, I'll go through all of that during the live stream, just like last time, but it's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of explaining, so it's not going to be super simplistic or anything like that as usual, but you know, the whole point is to try and help people out that are struggling either in the Sigil campaign map or dungeon or anything else. So hopefully everyone can be successful and get the things that they want out of these events. We're almost at half of the pieces required for Punewin now, but of course most people aren't going to get Punewin through pieces, they're going to get him through the guaranteed purple chest, and we're at 134 out of 270. So we're pretty much halfway there with the purple chests as well. So main thing with all of this, with the purple chests and everything, is remember that you will probably end up getting bonus leaf stones from weekend events like we did with dinner time and other things. But mainly the bingos, whenever we see bingos that do give back leaf stones, they're normally the ones that I tend to prefer, because then it means sometimes you'll get paid back for just, you know, progressing. Aside from that, we're still trying to get doubles for Ox, but that's randomised. Pieces for Orange Wing will come when they come, but I'm not too worried about getting pieces for all of those. I mainly just want to get the solo event done next week for Caterpillar and get us up to 600 dragons, and then we can aim for 700. But as someone that doesn't really spend on anything in-game, really very rarely ever, you can see I don't even have the Dragon Master Pass this month, obviously, but, you know, it gets tougher going from 600 to 700 than 500 to 600 when you don't buy any of the bundle dragons and such. Because we get lots of cool bundle dragons, not these ones, but we do get cool ones with, like, the special legendaries in them. So, maybe they'll come back as free-to-play one day. Who knows? Maybe never. Maybe one day. I'll stay positive regarding it for now. But, anyway, I do hope that you managed to get your own Frankie and everything else out of these events. Of course, Frankie being one of the milestone rewards. I haven't actually spent all that many leaf stones yet, so next up is going to be Tiger and whatever else we get out of here, but Tiger's the main reason all of this is happening, along with Pixie Dot, so we'll see. But anyway, for now, I wish you the best of luck, and until next time, I do hope to see you then.